Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Jesse, also known as Sublime, and today we're in another spin and go. I know you guys love the spin and goes, and I'm bringing you guys another one. Sadly, it's only 200,000. That's the only thing I seem to be getting these days. But let me tell you guys, when I say that this was probably one of the luckiest games I've been in, it can't be understated. You guys need to see the cards that I get in this game, and you guys are going to be like, wow, that is crazy. So we start off here with a 4-5 on the button. Nothing crazy. But likely a 5 shows out on the turn. Nobody has jacks. Nobody has any aces. I throw out a bet for 50 here. Just a small little feeler just to see who has what. We get girl next to us to fold. And Dave Ram calls it. Assuming he also has a 5. He throws out a bet for 45. I'm like, I'll call it, see what's going on. And we do end up splitting it, so we get to split the girls' big blind, or the girls' blind, so we each get 10 chips extra here. I then get a 10 jack here on the big blind, and this is where my luck kind of started. As you can see, I throw out a bet here for 30, and she's like, hey, stop it, and she smacks my hand. She throws out a bet. Dave Ram ends up calling it as well, and the flop comes out jack, 10, 6. We hit a 2 pair on the flop, and we're throwing out a bet right now for 75. Shelly Shell 420. Doesn't want anything to do with it. She folds the cards. But Dave Ram bets into us going up to 160. I throw my all-in chip. He throws in his all-in chip. And we're down to a showdown. He shows us a jack queen. He's like, the only card that can beat us is a queen. No queen show up. We get to take home that pot. And we're now 2-1 chip lead on Shelly over here. So it's going to be an easy game, but immediately after we get dealt 10 ace. Now, of course, I'm going to throw out a little 3-bet with that, and she just ends up folding that away. And I show her my card saying, I had to 3-bet, I had to. Next set of cards we get is a king, 3. She just ends up throwing it. I just check it. The flop comes out 9-3 ace. I check. She throws out a bet. I can't call with the 3. I show her I only had a 3. She showed me she had a 9. Good bet on her part. But if I had the ace, I would have pushed her all in. Immediately after that, we get a 10-5. And I think it's after this hand where our luck kind of starts. Actually, no, it starts here. We get 6, 7, 8 on the flop and then a jack on the turn. We have a 5. And then, of course, the 4 hits. She literally says to me right here, do you have a 5? And I didn't talk to her at all. I'm like, how did you guess I had a 5? I didn't even bet it. I didn't get a chance to bet into her yet. But nonetheless, we get the Cowboys. And Shelly over here was a very, very tight player. She would check. I would check. I'm just waiting for her to hit something on the board so she can bet into me. The queen shows up. I'm like, oh. I don't want to risk checking that because she's going to most likely fold, so I throw in a bet for 100. She folds it. She shows she only had a 5-10. I showed her I had the Cowboys, and she's like, that was a good hand. That was a good hand. And then we get King Ace immediately after. We got the AK-47 ready, loaded, firing up, ready to go. The flop comes out 4-2-9. I throw out a bet for 100, or for 75, sorry. And I show her I got Ace King, and she's like, oh my goodness. You're just getting the luck of the draw. We then get a 2-10 here on the big blind. And lucky for us, we hit... Oh, we don't hit anything. A 9 King 8 comes out. I'm thinking later on into the video here. A 6 comes out. And then an ace comes out. She throws out a bet. And we were showing each other our cards. She had a very good hand. Ace Jack. That's my kryptonite though. You guys know if you watch my streams, I can't play that hand. Every time I seem to play it and we're doing good, we have pot odds, it's a death sentence for us. So I always, and I mean always from now on, throw away that ace jack because it's just bad luck for me. It's bad news. It's bad news and I don't want to see it. We end up splitting that pot. We both had ace too, so we were laughing about that. We then get a 6-5 here. And the flop comes out 7, ace, 9. We would need an 8 We would need an 8 for the straight, and guess what? An 8 pops up and we got a straight. She's not betting into us, so I'm hoping she maybe has an ace for 3 of a kind. I throw a bet for 100, and she just ends up folding it. And sorry for yawning, guys. I'm tired as hell. It's been a long day, but I had to get this video made and video out there, so you're just gonna have to deal with my yawning. We then get pocket 10s and we get delta set on the flop. I'm just trying to check to induce a bet, but she's just playing so tight. And especially with the cards I've been getting, I can understand why she was playing tight, to be honest with you. She folds down a 3-6, and I was just showing her, like, yeah, I can't believe this luck. It's so lucky for me. We get a jack queen after on the big blind. We're just basically blinding her down at this point. King 3-8 pops up, and then a queen. I throw out a bet for 100 there. She shows that she had an ace 5 and she folded. That's okay. We're on to the next one. No, we got 4-9 on a small blind. I just call it. This is one of my bad hands. And a flop comes out 5-10-2. We both check. An ace pops up. We both check. And then the king shows up. She ends up throwing out a bet for 40 there, and I just gotta fold it. I can't be calling with none of that. She shows she had a jack king, got it on the river, but she was beating us the whole way through. We then have a queen 2 here on the big blind. The flop comes out 10-6 jack. We both end up checking. Another spade ends up coming out, and then an ace shows up. We ain't got nothing. She's gonna bet into us, so we just gotta fold it again. We got nothing. We can't entertain that. And she shows she had a king queen. She was one off of her royal flush there. So I then have an ace 2. The flop comes out ace queen queen. I bet into her here for 100, and she says, "You have a queen, don't you?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? I have no queen." I'm like, "You're gonna have to bet and see." She does throw out $100. We both end up checking. Another queen shows up, and she literally thinks I have 4 of a kind, but I just have a full house. And I end up taking that pot home with a full house, and she shows that she had an 8 something, I don't really remember. And then to top it all off, I get an ace king here suited. I throw out a bet for 125, and she ends up folding. I'm like, "You won't believe it. Look." She's like, "Oh my goodness." Then get a 5-2. I just call the small blind. Flop comes out queen queen 6. She bet 65 and shows that she has a queen. And yet again, I'm sorry for the yawning, but I might be inducing a lot of yawns throughout this video, but that's just the lecture you get when watching my YouTube videos. We got a 4-7. The flop comes out 9-3-4. We get a pair of 4s. And she just ends up folding it down. At this point, I was just playing like I had really strong cards, and I'd show her that my cards are actually pretty weak. We get a jack here. I raise it, and she's like, "Should I call?" And we were being so chill together. I was like, "Do you want to call? Look what I have." And I show her my jacks. She has a king 3, and she folds. And I said, "That was probably a good decision on your behalf for not calling that." We then get an ace 2. She goes all in. She's getting blinded to the point where her all in is her call. Luckily for us, 3-9-10 shows up. We're winning at 76. Another 6 shows up, and a 10 shows up. We end up winning this and taking it home. We had a really good time. I liked playing on this table. The people were great, and it was a very fun spin and go. Thank you everybody for watching so much. As I get to do the rest of this here and make a thumbnail, I just want to say thank you everybody for subscribing to the channel, becoming members of the channel, everybody in the Discord, everybody just being awesome. I want to say thank you so much for all the support. We are truly on our way. We're almost at 1,500 subscribers, so I know we can do it. And just thank you, and thank you. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.